Good morning all. So in the previous class we have discussed that we are solving equation number 5. Equation number 5 and solve cheyandai. By equation number 5 we have discussed that for k is equal to 0 and also for k is equal to positive number mu square will get u is equal to 0. We are getting u is equal to 0, which is not possible. Means u is equal to 0 means there is no deflection. So since we require we have to get deflection, these two cases we have neglected, isn't it? So remaining possibility of value of k is negative number. So we can take k as negative number. So let k be equal to minus p square. Let k be equal to minus p square, a negative number. So if you substitute these in the equation number 5, what will get? So if you substitute in the equation, we'll get f double dash. If you substitute in the equation number 5, okay. So f double dash plus f p square f is equal to 0. So its characteristic equation is what? Its characteristic equation is d square plus p square is equal to 0, or you can also write lambda square plus p square is equal to 0. This is the characteristic equation. So the solutions of characteristic equation, solution of this equation is given by lambda is equal to plus or minus ip. That is, we can also write it as 0 plus or minus ip, which is a complex root, isn't it? Lambda is a complex number. So if the characteristic equation has complex root, then the general solution of the initial original equation. So since the characteristic solution of the characteristic equation are complex, the solution of these equations are given by what? General solution is given by f of x is equal to e power this 0x into a, or one constant, a into cos px plus b into sin px. So e power 0x is 1, so we have f of x is equal to a cos px plus b sin px. So we got f of x, we got the solution of the equation number 5 as like this. Then what we have? We have to find the solution of the equation number 5 such that it should satisfy boundary condition, isn't it? It should satisfy boundary condition. So equation number 8 gives the boundary condition, so it should this equation should satisfy equation number 8, boundary condition. So we have two boundary condition. One is f of 0 is equal to 0 and another one is f of l is equal to 0. So using this in this equation, what we'll get? First boundary condition is f of 0 is equal to 0. So substitute in the place of x 0. Substitute 0 in the place of x, what will get? F of 0 is equal to 0 is equal to here a into cos p into 0 plus b sin p into 0. So we get, if you solve this one, what will get? Sin 0 is 0, cos 0 1. So this term completely becomes 0. So this one is a. So we have a is equal to 0. A is equal to 0. Similarly, second boundary condition is f of l is equal to 0. So f of l means in the place of x you have to substitute l. In the place of x you have to substitute l. So a is already 0. We got a already, we got it as 0. That's why we have substituted here 0. So 0 into cos pl. Here now initial condition is f of l is equal to 0. So in the place of x we have to substitute l. So 0 into cos pl plus p sin pl. So this term completely 0. Second term is p into sin pl is equal to 0. b into sin pl is equal to 0. Now in this result, product of two terms is 0, isn't it? b into sin pl is 0. Product of two terms is 0. So product of two terms is 0 means in that one of the terms should be 0. But b cannot be 0. If b is 0, then already a is 0. If b is also 0, here a already 0. So this becomes what? this complete term becomes 0. If A is already 0, if B is also 0, then this F becomes 0. So F is what? F becomes 0 means U is what? U is equal to F into G. So if F is 0, then U becomes 0. U becomes 0 means what? There is no deflection, but we require to get deflection. So B cannot be 0. So now here product of two term is 0 means, and also B is not equal to 0 means sin PL should be equal to 0. Sin PL should be equal to 0. But for which angle sin angle is 0? For which value sin angle is 0? For n pi's, isn't it? 0, pi, 2 pi, 3 pi, etc. For these angles, sin values are 0. So, sin PL is equal to 0 means PL. This angle should be what? N pi. Multiples of pi. PL should be equal to N pi. So that P is equal to N pi by L. P is what? P is N pi by L. Now we are setting in this equation, now we are setting B as 1 standard value. B cannot be 0, so we are setting B is equal to 1 in f of x is equal to B sin Px. B sin P into x. Now here see here f of x is equal to a cos px plus b sin px. Suppose now since a is 0, f of x becomes what? This is completely 0. So f of x is b sin px. F of x is b sin px. So we have f of x is equal to b sin px. In that we are setting b as 1. We are setting b as 1. So if you set b as 1, will get f of x as fn of x. We are just notate, this is just a notation. Fn of x is just a notation. We are just taking f of x as fn of x because why? Because here n is there, isn't it? N can be any value. We can substitute n as 1 2 3 etc. So we can n is varying. So that's why we have just taken f of x as fn of x because n values are varying. So f of x as sin b is 1. In that b is 1. If you substitute p as n pi by l, will get fn of x as sin n pi by l x. Sin n pi by l x. This is the equation number 8. So this is the solution of equation number 5. Equation number 5 solution എന്തായിരുന്നു? Fന്റെ വാല്യൂ കാണുക. എങ്ങനെയാണ് ബൗണ്ടറി കണ്ടീഷൻ സാറ്റിസ്ഫൈ ചെയ്യുന്ന പോലെ Fന്റെ വാല്യൂ കാണുക. അപ്പോൾ ഇക്വേഷൻ നമ്പർ 5 അതായത് Fന്റെ വാല്യൂ കിട്ടി, Fn ഓഫ് എക്സ് കിട്ടി. നെക്സ്റ്റ് നിങ്ങൾ എന്താണ് കാണേണ്ടത്? ഇക്വേഷൻ നമ്പർ 6 ആണ് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കാണേണ്ടത്. ഇക്വേഷൻ നമ്പർ 6ന്റെ സൊല്യൂഷൻ ആണ് കാണേണ്ടത്.